world knows Jesus Christ, man.
Right.
We the Hebrew Israelites, we come out here week in and week out to wake up our people. Now
Right.
you said something about being saved, right? Give me that saved. Yeah, saved, Marty.
So you were
Right.
just saying that
Luke 1.
whoever keeps the law, that's the ones that are going to be saved.
Yep.
Yeah, the Israelites is gonna be saved, right? Who do the white man need to be saved from?
Right.
I don't know.
His damn self, right?
I don't wanna
the
get
cancer
into
on the earth.
Right.
It needs to be cut out. You understand?
I don't understand.
Watch this right here.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse 68.
Bring it out.
Blessed be the Lord God of Israel.
Of who?
Of Israel.
Because God is not the God of everybody. You think our God is the same God as you that you have? You think our God,
I don't know who your God is, but the God,
the God of Israel, the God of the Holy Bible.
the God of Abraham, Isaac, and
Exactly.
Jacob.
Yes, sir. Right.
Those are the Israelites.
Right.
Right? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons. Their names was the changed to Israel.
Right.
Right? And
Yeah.
so,
But the law wasn't given. It wasn't given to the Gentiles. It wasn't given to anybody
Exactly.
except to the Israelites.
exactly.
Right.
That's what we're trying to tell you.
It wasn't,
and so
given, it wasn't given to anybody else.
So go to get
But
Romans
Jesus,
9.
Jesus grafted us
Romans
in.
9. Right.
Anybody that is not a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is grafted in.
They're not grafted in.
Right.
The grafted in is for the Israelites that fell away.
Right.
Right. The Gentiles were never grafted in.
So,
right.
so
the
there's
Gentiles.
So no Gentile can be eternally in the presence of God. Is that true?
Not a non-Israelite. If you're an Israelite, yeah, right. The Gentiles
You
were
can be
the
in
Israelites
presence,
also.
You can be in the presence of God only if you're a born Israelite.
That's right.
So
right. The
there's
other
no-
nations
so
were made to be the servants and slaves in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
The Israelites are going to rule in the kingdom of heaven forever and ever. And the other nations, all 18 of them that the Most High created, they're going to be servants and slaves. Right? You got that?
This
Bring that out.
salvation, he said
Watch
this
this.
salvation real quick. Right? This is the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 68.
Bring it out.
Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people.
He visited and redeemed who?
His people, and have raised up a horn of salvation.
Who is that horn of salvation?
Who is the horn of salvation?
Yeah. Who did he raise up?
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Watch this.
For us.
For who?
For us.
I thought Jesus Christ died for the whole world.
For us.
He did die.
In the house of his servant David.
What did he just say? He raised him up for who?
Yeah, but when Jesus, there's two different times, okay? When Jesus was here and on earth, okay, his ministry, he was ministering primarily to the Sadducees and the Pharisees.
Give me
But
Matthew
he also,
15 and,
so what did he say to the woman at the, what did he say to the woman at the well?
What did he say to her?
I got it.
What did he say to the woman at the well?
What did he say to
Let's
her?
see.
Did he tell her she wasn't a Jew?
Yeah, he did. Watch
She
what he
wasn't a
said.
Jew.
Let's see.
Watch what he said.
Was she a Jew?
Let's see. This is the book of John, chapter 4 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealing with Samaritans.
See that? The Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Watch this.
Jumping down to verse 12. Art thou greater than our father Jacob?
Right. See, so the woman at the well, she was a Jew because she said, our father Jacob. Right?
So
You understand?
She actually was an Israelite. These are the Jews, the three top tribes, Benjamin, Levi, and Judah. Those are considered Jews.
That's right.
The rest of the tribes are Israelites. The whole 12 tribes are Israelites.
That's right.
The kingdom was split. At this time, the kingdom was split. The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Most High cast away the southern of the northern
Do
kingdom.
you have a
They
relationship?
became
Do you
the Gentiles.
have
Get,
a
get
personal?
Matthew 15 and 24.
Do you have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ?
Watch this right here.
Do you have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ?
This
this.
is the book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 24. I'm going to start at 21
Bring
to
it out.
get the point. Then Jesus went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon, And behold, a woman of Canaan,
A woman of who?
a woman of Canaan,
The non-Israelite.
came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy upon me, O Lord, thou son of David.
So this woman knew that Christ was the son of David, right? She knew he was an Israelite. Watch this.
My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. But he answered her not a word.
Why didn't he answer her? He was doing all those miracles, but he didn't answer her. Watch this.
And his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away.
They said what?
Send her away.
Why is they telling him to send her away? Because they don't deal with the heathen.
That's
right.
For she crieth after us.
Just like you doing, you coming up here acting like salvation is for you and for everybody in the world, but it's actually not. Watch this.
24. But he answered and said,
He finally answered her.
I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Who was Christ sent for?
Confounded.
Man,
Who was he sent for?
Confounded.
what you
He
trying
was
to
sent
do?
for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. I'm not trying to do anything. I just read it and asked you what it meant.
Okay,
Right.
So
You tell me what does
we
that
can-
mean?
We can have those debates.
Oh, but you got to tell me what that means before we go on.
What is the word? What does John 3:16 say?
Let's break it down.
That he so loved the world.
Okay.
Did he say he so loved
Fine.
Israel? Israel only? He so loved the world.
Isaiah 45.
He so loved Israel.
Watch
Wait a
this.
minute. What are we going to do with John
I'm saying
3:16?
now you
What are we gonna do with John
negated
3:16?
from what we were talking about. Now you're jumping around, right?
No.
Right.
You didn't
What are we
finish
going to do with
you
John
didn't answer
3:16?
what we were saying. We're
You
going to
just
show you
made
what
a
we're going to do
statement.
with that.
You
Now
just
we're
made
going
a
to show you what we're
statement.
going to do with that, and then
That
you're going to try and
salvation
jump
is
and
not
bounce
for
somewhere
everyone.
else. Give me 45.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
hand it
go
back to
ahead, go ahead.
Go to John 3:16. Let's break it down.
Right, John 3:16, right? The Christians love John 3:16.
Right.
Well, let's break it down. First of all, who was talking in John 3:16, sir? Who's talking? Who's the conversation between? Right? What's the context? What's John 1:1 say?
I don't know.
See that?
I
Now
don't
you
know.
know everybody knows John 3:16, but they don't know what the rest of John 3 says.
Bring it out.
Well, let's get the understanding. Read John 1:1.
This is the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Right out.
And it reads,
3 and 1. So lock you.
John 3 and 1, and it reads, There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus,
Right.
a ruler of the Jews.
A ruler of who?
A ruler of the Jews.
Read.
The same came to Jesus by night.
So this conversation was between two Jews. Just like you described earlier, the scribes and the Pharisees were Jews. So this conversation was between a Pharisee named Nicodemus, one of the high priests, and he was a Jew, like Christ was, right? Read on.
The same came to Jesus
Give me
Christ by
Numbers
night
21.
and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God.
Right?
For no man can do these miracles that thou doest.
Right? So we're going to stop right there and jump to verse 14. That's before verse 16. Let's get more context, right? Read verse 14.
Verse 14, And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness.
So who was in the wilderness with Moses at the time? When Moses came and got somebody out of Egypt and brought them through the Red Sea and took them into the wilderness, who was that? The Israelites. So read that again.
And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness.
He lifted up a serpent in the wilderness, right? And we're going to show you exactly what that means. Right? Read that. Start at 8.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 21 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
And the Lord said unto Moses, Make thee a fiery serpent.
Make what?
Make thee a fiery serpent.
Read.
And set it upon a pole.
And what?
And set it upon a pole.
Now read that part again.
God. Verse 14 from the top. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness.
So he lifted up a serpent in the wilderness. He lifted up a serpent in Numbers 21 and put it on a pole. Because the Lord sent fiery serpents to Israel because they were going off. And they were biting and killing the people. So this was a symbol of what was to come. Right? Read.
And it's lucky. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live.
Shall what?
Shall live.
Read.
And Moses made a serpent of brass.
So he said, if anybody look upon this and get bit, they will live. What did Christ come for? To give life, right? Okay, read.
and put it upon a pole.
Right.
And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived.
He what?
He lived.
Right. So let's read from verse 15.
So
Give me the
let
book.
let's get down to this.
Hold on, let's finish. Let's get into
what
let's
can
get
I
into
do?
the
What
understanding,
can I
right?
do? Can I do
Hold on,
anything
let's
to
get
be
the
saved?
understanding, then we'll talk about it, right?
Can I
So
do
let's
anything to be
get
saved?
right. Let's get the book of Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 17. First of all, give me Hebrews chapter 1 and verse 2. Read that.
Right.
Verse 15. That whosoever believeth him shall not perish, but have eternal life.
Right, so he says, so whosoever shall believe on him shall not perish, but have everlasting life, right? So let's really figure out what that whosoever is real quick. Hold that, give me Acts 2 and 21, right? Let's get that real quick, right? Because everybody thinks when you say whosoever, that means everybody on the planet Earth, right?
Right.
So let's find out who that whosoever they were speaking to. Give me
It's the book of Acts, chapter 2 and verse 21.
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever
Whosoever read.
shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Ye men of Israel.
Ye what?
Ye men of Israel.
Read.
Hear these words.
So now we establish who whosoever is, right? So go back to John 3:16. Read.
It's the book of John, chapter 3 and verse 16. For God so loved the world.
He loved the what?
Loved the world.
Right? So when we speak about this word world, now we have to travel into the Greek and understand what this word means. Right? It means cosmos, meaning a harmonious arrangement or a cast of people. Right?
That's right.
So we got to understand that the word world does not necessarily mean the entire earth. Right? Read me the book of verse, read that. Psalm 90 and 2.
Psalms 90 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
Right?
And it reads, before the mountains were brought forth, or ever thou hast formed the earth and the world,
Have what?
has formed the earth and the world.
He formed the earth
And
and
the
the world, right? So now we got to figure out how many worlds he's actually talking about. Go back to Hebrews chapter 1, right? Let's get that and see how many actual worlds there are. Go back to 3:16, right? And hold Isaiah
So
45 and 17. Hold on, we're not done. I'll give it back to you. Hold on, we're not done there, sir. Hebrews 1 and 2.
The book
Let's
of
see how
Hebrews,
many worlds
chapter
there are.
1 and verse 2.
Right?
Hath in these last days, spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom he made the worlds.
Made the what?
Made
the
the
world.
worlds.
So he said worlds, plural, with an S. So there's more than one world, right?
Right.
And every time Christ taught, who did he go teach? When he came to his ministry to the people, he taught who? Let's find out.
It's the book of John, chapter 18 and verse 20.
Bring it out.
And it reads, Jesus answered him, I spake openly to the world.
He spake openly to the world, right? Read.
I ever taught in the synagogue
I only taught in the synagogues what?
and in the temple, whether the Jews also resort.
What a what?
Where the
Where the
Jews
Jews
always resort.
So, okay, we know who the world is. He spoke openly to is the Jews in the synagogue. So let's bring that home and show you who the actual world is. Go to Isaiah 45 and 17.
I got it.
Read that.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
But Israel,
But who?
but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
With a what?
With an everlasting salvation.
Read.
Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
What?
World without end.
So guess what? That world that is without end is the nation of Israel.
Okay, so-
it's that simple.
So is the nation
That's right.
of Israel a nation? Are you talking about flesh and blood? You're talking
Yes.
about a nation.
Yes.
Okay. Let me
So
read
let's
this
find
to
that.
you.
Romans 9. Give me that.
Romans 8:6.
Yeah, I love it. Go ahead.
For the mind set on flesh
Right.
is death,
Right.
but the mind that is set on the spirit is life and peace.
What spirit?
What is life and death? Spirit is
What spirit?
Is God.
Is that what the
Scripture
Bible
say?
say?
Yeah,
Let's
it's
see
a
what-
capital S.
We'll go.
It's capital
the
S.
Spirit.
It's
What
talking
is
about
the
the Spirit.
spirit?
The
he's-
Father, the
go to
Son,
Baruch 4 and
and the
1.
Spirit.
Right.
So let me ask you, in your worldview, so that I can get this straight before I go. what must I do in order to inherit the kingdom of God?
That you must do?
Yeah, what must-
Absolutely nothing, because you're not going to inherit the kingdom of heaven.
right.
I'm going to show you what's going to happen to you. Drop all that. Give me Isaiah 14.
So the fact that I have a relationship with Jesus Christ, that I have a relationship with God, is meaningless. Is that what you're saying?
You have absolutely no relationship with God. Your relationship with the Most High is you are a dog in the Most High's eye.
That's
Are
right.
you
You are
judging
as
that?
spittle.
Right.
Yes, I'm judging that.
You're judging that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the Lord said, I can judge. A spiritual man judges all things.
Right.
Right? Give me that in 1 Corinthians 6 and 2. Give
Hang
that
on,
in 1
you're
Corinthians
focused on the
2:15.
flesh, brother. You just
Well,
said
let's
you
hold
were
on. Let's
focused
go
on
to
the
go to
flesh.
Romans 9. I'm gonna show you
What
what
does
the
flesh
flesh
lead
is.
to?
Let's go to
Flesh
Romans
leads to
9.
death.
We're gonna show you something, right? We're gonna
You're
show you
not
something.
focused on the spirit.
We're gonna show you something.
If you're going to worship
This is
God,
Romans 9,
What's
right?
the only way we can worship
This is
God?
Romans 9, start at 4.
In the spirit.
Romans
How can we
9.
be
No,
in the
start at 3.
spirit?
Start at verse 3.
The only way to
Since you
worship
said
God
flesh,
is
let's
in
go
the
to
spirit.
Romans 9. Read.
The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ.
This
For
is
my,
Paul saying he wish he can go through the same thing Christ went through. Read.
for my brethren.
For who?
For my brethren.
Read.
My kinsmen.
My kinfolk, what?
According to the flesh.
According to what?
According to the flesh.
According to what?
According to the flesh.
Who are what?
Who are Israelites.
Who are who?
Who are Israelites.
Read on.
To whom pertaineth the adoption.
What does pertain mean? If something pertains to you, what does that mean? That phone pertains to you, so what? That's your belonging, right? It's for you, right? Read.
To whom pertaineth the adoption.
The adoption, when you say those Gentiles can be adopted in, those are foreign Israelites that were cast into other nations living under Gentile customs.
That's right.
Read.
Bring it out.
And the glory.
And the glory, read,
And the covenants.
and the covenants.
Are all the Gentiles gonna be
1,
saved?
2,
Are all
covenants.
Are all
Read.
the Israelites
And
gonna
the
be
giving
saved?
of the law.
And the what?
And the giving of the law.
The law was given to Israel, and what?
And the service of God.
The services was given to the Levitical priesthood.
So do you keep
Right?
the law?
I sure do.
You keep all of the law.
I keep the law, right? And
You
there's
know-
certain laws you can't keep because there's no standing
Now,
temple,
hang on
right?
just a
No,
second.
because you can't play that
Is the-
Christian game
is
up
the
here
law
because you
singular?
cannot do that,
Go look
right?
at Hebrew
You don't know
word
what the
up.
law is because
Go-
you never kept it and it wasn't given to
Go-
you.
go-
Right.
So you
go
can't
look.
speak on nothing about my God and
Go-
His
go
laws.
look.
That's
man.
right.
It
Right.
don't matter what
Go
you
look
said,
at the
Esau.
Hebrew
You going
word.
into captivity
Go
and
look
don't
at
worry
the
about it because you're
Hebrew
not getting
word,
the
the
kingdom.
law.
Give me
That's right.
Isaiah
How
14
many
and 1,
laws
right?
were there? There were
613 laws. It was 13. Esau.
okay,
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
But this is what you're going. Read that.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, from the top.
Bring it out.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob,
The Lord's going to have mercy
The law
on
is
Jacob.
and will yet choose Israel.
Will
What?
yet choose Israel.
Read.
And set them in their own land.
He's going to let Israel go back to their
Hey,
own
did
homeland.
James
Read.
say
And the
if you
strangers
break one
shall be
law,
joined
you
with
broke the
them,
law?
and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
What is this white man trying to
Go,
do?
He's
go.
going to cleave to the house of
Jacob.
Jacob.
Read.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
We're going to take you damn devils and we're going to bring you to the kingdom. Read.
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
They shall what?
Possess them.
We're going to have ownership over you. Read.
And the land of the Lord for servants and
what?
For servants and handmaids.
You're going to be a slave. Read.
And they shall take them captives. Who captives they were.
What my people captive under you? And they still captive under this day?
Right.
Guess
Not
what?
by
You're
me.
going to be captive
Not by
under
me.
us.
That's
right.
Guess what? Right. Go jump down to verse
I'm not a
21.
slave.
Read
I've
that.
never been a
Verse
slave.
21. Prepare slaughter.
What the Lord say?
Prepare slaughter.
For who?
For his children.
For who?
For his children.
Why?
For the iniquities of their fathers.
So guess what? It don't matter that you weren't a slave owner, your forefathers was. But guess what? The Lord is preparing slaughter for you. For the
Judgment.
sins of your forefathers.
Right.
So get ready for slavery, white boy.
Judgment.
And that's it.
Right.
Exactly. I can tell you what you can do
There's
so you
your
can take
message.
away one last out of the kingdom.
There's
Give me
your
Isaiah 49 and 23. I'm going
Yep.
to show you what you can do real quick.
can do.
And I'm going to pass it back to my brother because I'm tired of talking
Your
to you.
message
bro.
is of division.
Right? Exactly. The Lord said he's bringing division. The Lord said he's bringing division.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 49, and verse 23.
Bring it out.
And kings shall be thy nursing fathers,
Right.
and their queens thy nursing mothers.
Don't
They shall
run,
bow
Esau.
down to thee.
They shall what?
They shall bow down to thee.
That's what you about to do, Esau.
wicked flee.
You about to bow down. The wicked flee.
Not to a false doctrine. Not to a
With
false
their
doctrine.
face towards the earth.
And what?
and lick up the dust of thy feet.
What's Esau gonna do?
And lick up the dust of thy feet.
Give me Luke 12 and 51 real quick. Listen to this, Esau. Luke 12 and 51 real quick. Right? Read that.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 51.
Bring it out.
Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth.
What the Lord say?
Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth.
But what?
I tell you, nay.
I tell you no, but what?
But rather division.
But what?
But rather division.
The guy said I was preaching division. But the one that you call Jesus Christ said he's coming to send division on the earth, man. What's going on, family? Y'all got a couple minutes to hear the words of the Lord? This for you, kid. Y'all got a couple minutes to hear the words of the Lord, brother and sister? All praise to the Most High. Here, I'm going to turn it to life. This Bible, contrary to popular belief, is not for everybody on this earth. It's only for God's chosen people, the Israelites. And we are the descendants of those people, man. Right? And we can prove that with the Bible, man. Right? Give me Deuteronomy 28 real quick, right? So, I got a real question. Are you descendants of the slave trade? No? Who you descendants from? Exactly. So who Abraham had? He had Isaac, right? Isaac had who? Jacob. Jacob had who? The Israelites, the 12 tribes, right? That's right. They went into what? Captivity. That's right. Right? I'm going to show you that in the Bible, right? That's right. Read that verse 68.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68.
Right.
And it reads, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So remember, when they were in Egypt, they were what? They were slaves, right? So the Lord is speaking to his people. He said, I'm going to bring you back into Egypt. But as we know, history tells us that we never actually went back into Egypt. So what the Lord is telling them is, I'm going to bring you into another captivity, right? But I'm going to show you how he's going to do it. Read from the top.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
So how did the black man get on this side of the planet in captivity? What mode of transportation did he take? Ships.
Right, that's right.
That's in the Bible. He said, I'm going to send you into another captivity on ships. Now, we know in modern day slavery that happened over 400 years ago that only the black man went into captivity on ships. You didn't hear about no white man, no Chinese man, no Arab man, none of that, right? So he's talking to the Israelites at this point. So if the Israelites went into captivity on slave ships, and we know that we went into captivity on slave ships, who would that make us?
That's right.
It's that simple. Right? Cut takes to the point. Right? So you got to take that black or African American or Negro out of your vocabulary, man. And when somebody asks you your nationality, you say, I'm an Israelite, man. That's right. I'm God's chosen people.
Bring it out.
Because you got to understand that God always had a chosen people. He never had equality in the earth. And you got to look at it throughout the earth. Who is better in everything we touch? Basketball, football, dancing, dressing, singing, beautiful women, handsome men, anything we touch, cooking, singing, whatever. We the best, right? Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. I'm going to leave y'all with this, right? Deuteronomy 7:6. Can't nobody touch what we do. Right? Give me 2 Samuel chapter 7 verse 23. Right? Read that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Right?
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
So he has a holy people, which means they're separate from everybody, and he has a special chosen people to himself, right?
Above all people.
No, the same man.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So the Lord told you a long time ago, about 400,000 years ago, that you were above all people. The Lord, in his eyes, never had equality. The white man and these other nations now, they can take everybody's equal. Everybody's the same. We bleed red. But the Lord never said that those people are. He always had a special people. When you look in the earth, you can tell who the special people are, man. For what we do. We could just step in the room and light that thing up. You know what I'm saying? Because we just got no shit. You know what I'm saying? So remember that. When somebody approach you, man, you walk up to them and tell them, man, I'm an Israelite, man. I'm God's chosen. Right? So before y'all leave, do y'all know any commandments? Right? What commandments do you know? Right. There was a lot more commandments outside of the thing, or see something.
Esau, that thing is enough.
Right? So, I'm going to give all right.
What's the greatest?
Be safe.
What's the greatest of these laws.
What's the greatest?
What's the
Oh,
greatest?
let's go there one more time. Give me that in the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 36. Let's go to it, man. And you give me Romans 13 and 8. Let's see the greatest of these laws.
It's to love, right?
But we'll read it out the Bible, right? Yeah, 36.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 36. And it reads, Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
Right?
Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
Right.
This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it.
Right.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law.
Hang what?
Hang all the law.
So those are the two commandments, right? Let's see what that actually means. Start at verse 8, 13 and 8. Let's see what that actually means,
The
right?
book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 8.
Hold on, let's find out.
Render therefore to all their duties.
No, start at 8.
Well, what about Nicodemus? Did he ask?
Oh, no man anything, but to love one another.
To what?
To love one another.
Read.
For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
Have what?
Hath fulfilled the law.
Read.
For this, thou shalt not commit adultery.
Yep.
Thou shalt not kill.
Right.
Thou shalt not steal.
Right.
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
Right.
Thou shalt not covet.
Right.
And if there be any other
If
commandment,
there's any other commandment,
it
read.
is briefly comprehended in this saying,
What?
namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
So where did these come from? These came from the Mosaic law, right?
And who did Nicodemus say was your neighbor?
Let's go. Go to Leviticus 19 and 17. Let's figure it out.
No, Nicodemus.
Let's figure it out. We'll find out because we know Nicodemus was what? A Jew.
Right.
Let's go to Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. We'll see.
So do you
Let's
guys
see
love
who
me?
our
Do
brothers
you guys
are.
love me?
Let's see who our brothers
Do you
are.
love me?
Let's see who our brothers are according to the Bible.
Love
It's
your
the book of
brother or love
Leviticus,
your
chapter
neighbor?
19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Right?
But
Who?
of thy people.
Right?
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Love what?
Thy neighbor as thyself.
Read.
I am the Lord.
Right?
Ye shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender.
Lock.
Oh, slack it. Thou shalt not, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Right.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
Right?
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Of the what?
Of the children of thy people.
Read.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord.
The neighbor said the children of thy people. He didn't say everybody in the world. He said love thy neighbor, the children of thy people.
That's right.
He never said love everybody else.
He said love
Give me
your
Joel 2 and
neighbor.
27.
Love your neighbor.
Joel
Do
2 and
Do
27.
you love me?
You don't know. You don't hear
love
nothing,
me?
Esau. You want to
Do
pick
you
and choose
love
what
me?
you want to believe. Hell no.
You don't.
It's that simple.
You don't.
And I'm gonna show you
So
God
if
is
you
not
don't
for
love
you.
me, do you hate me?
I do. I hate. Give me Psalm chapter 139 and verse 21.
brother.
Stay right there, Esau. Since you want to come
So
back up
you're-
like you
you're-
big bad bold, let's handle it,
Your
man.
worldview is based
Let's
on
go.
hate, not love. Your worldview
No, I love
is
my
based on
people.
hate.
I love my people, but I hate you. 139:21.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 139 and verse 21.
Don't run, because the wicked flee when no man
No,
pursues.
no.
Do
The
not,
thing
I
is
hate
that
them.
You're preaching a message.
Do not,
on
I hate them,
a
O Lord,
worldview.
that hate thee.
Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee. Read.
So your
And
message.
am not I grieved
You're-
with those that rise up against thee.
Didn't they rise up against us and put us in captivity?
Right.
Read.
I hate them with a perfect hatred.
What David say?
I hate them with a perfect hatred.
One more time.
I hate them with a perfect hatred.
Even David said he hates you damn devils, man.
Right.
That's right.
We hate what God hates.
So
God,
We hate you. Give me
Egyptians-
Romans
you hate
9
the
13.
Egyptians?
We'll show you that God hates as well.
You hate the Egyptians too?
Yes, we hate the Egyptians.
You don't love the guys.
We
You
hate
don't
them.
love them.
Right? Give me Romans 9 and 13.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 13.
Well, I tell you what.
As it is written,
As it is written,
I don't
Jacob
hate
have
you.
I loved,
the Lord said,
I don't
Jacob,
hate
the Lord loves
I
Jacob.
don't
Read.
hate
Jacob have I loved,
I don't
but
hate you.
Esau have I hated.
I don't
But what?
hate you.
But Esau have
have I hated.
God said he hates Esau.
I don't hate you.
I hate you for rape, robbing, and murdering my ancestors, man.
That's
right.
My brothers on trees,
I'm
my
so
uncles
sorry
and my
that
grandfathers on trees.
Right.
Feed my baby to alligators, man.
That's
They're
right.
putting us on boats and chains, man.
I'm
They're casting
so
us to
sorry
shore. Put
that
yokes of
happened.
iron upon
You
our
know
necks,
what?
man. We hate you, devil, and we don't give a damn about what you
I'm
gotta
Irish.
say. Hey,
I'm
Irish was slave owners now too. Did you know that?
We're slaves.
Your Irish
also.
were indentured
They
servants.
were
It's a
slaves
difference.
also.
Indentured servants that were
Here's
let
the
go
thing.
after 7 years of servitude and were paid for their servitude, man.
That's
Right?
you.
We were
But I
in chattel
do
slavery, man, like cattle.
I
You
hate
damn Irish
you.
always bring up to that bullshit. You was not a slave. You was an indentured servant.
I hate
Right.
But your weak ass almost went extinct when the potato was gone,
I don't
man.
hate you, bro.
Right.
Why
I
read
don't
that?
hate you.
It's the book of
I don't
Ecclesiastes
hate
1
you.
and 9. The thing that had
I don't
been
hate
is that
you.
which shall be.
Right.
I don't
And
hate
that
you.
which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun.
There's
I
no
don't
new thing
hate
under the
you.
sun.
That's
Esau, you are your forefathers.
Right.
You are the devil that the
My
Bible
message
speaks
is
of,
right
and we don't
based
give a
on
damn
hate.
about you.
My
Right.
message is based
Our
on
message is
love.
to love our people and hate you.
That's right.
Give me
Right.
Ecclesiastes 12 and
My
10.
message is based on love, and I don't hate.
12 and 10. Ecclesiastes.
All right, guys.
I got it.
Love you guys, man. Love y'all.
I got it out. Yeah, he don't know nothing about that. Read that.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 13.
Read.
And it reads,
12 and 10. 12 and 10.
12 and 10, and it reads,
No, so I get this 13.
never trust thine enemy.
What the Lord say?
Never trust thine enemy.
Read.
For like as iron rusted, so is his wicked.
We ain't coming up, we ain't worried about you with them smooth words. You coming up here talking about you love somebody, man. You came into the Native American Indians with all kind of treaties, man, with your hands stuck out, man.
That's
But
right.
You had a sword behind your back, man, and committed genocide on my people, man. And you took my people from the west coast of Africa and brought them over here like cattle, man. Right? And you talking about you love me, man. And you running around with that damn Confederate flag in the back of your damn truck, man.
That's right.
You a damn coward, Esau, man. And I hope you go down the street and blow the hell up, man.
God.
Right? You damn devil. That's what you, exactly. Throw up your sign, man, you damn devil. Man, I'm going to give it back to my brother, man. Go on, get it.
Con, Esau, you going into change. Just get ready for slavery, man.
Judgment.
If you ain't alive, it's gonna be your descendants, man. Ain't nobody playing with Sally out here, man. Esau, man. You know? Hey, man. Esau don't know the Bible, man. He think he's still in the days of slavery where he can come up and preach his rhetoric on the slaves, man.
Right.
He can come up and teach us whatever the hell he want to, man, and think we gonna adhere to it. No, man. It's a new day, man.
Right.
Ain't nobody going for that, Esau. Con, man. Woo. The wicked, man. You know. I mean, give me Obadiah, man.
God.
Go, give me Obadiah 1, man. And we're going to go to 18,
Eat him up with it.
you know, because ain't nobody playing with Esau, man. Esau think it's all fun and games. Love is sweet. Ain't nothing sweet, man. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing sweet out here, man. You know, Esau, you're not going to be in the kingdom sitting on side of the children of Israel, sitting on the throne, ruling with the Lord, man. Right? Esau think he's going to be on side of the children of God, ruling in the kingdom of heaven, man. Ain't that something? Esau, you got your kingdom. You got your rulership. You get you riding around in your 1938, you know, truck, man. You having your rulership with your flag hanging out the back, man. That's all you get, man. Esau want everything, man. He want that blessing that he can't have, man. Right? Give me that. Matter of fact, give me that. He cried for the blessing, King, in Genesis.
Genesis
He
4.
cried for it, man. He sought after it with tears. Just bless me, right? Because that's what Esau want, man. He got the whole damn world, and he want the damn kingdom of heaven also. Hey, bring that out. 1 and 18, King.
God, this is the book of Obadiah,
11.
verse 11,
Bring it out.
verse 10. And it reads, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, for what? Against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
What shall cover thee?
Shame shall cover thee. And thou shalt be cut off forever.
You see that? Man, they're going to be cut off forever. The violence against thy brother Jacob, man. You can't rape, rob, murder a people, pillage a people, and expect peace and love and happiness, man. Keep going.
In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the stranger carried away captive, his forces and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem.
And did what?
And cast lots upon Jerusalem. even thou was as one of them.
That's right, man. And that's what they did. They surrounded Jerusalem in 70 AD and had our people running around starving and things like that, man. And think that we're supposed to be equal and supposed to be sitting on side of these devils, man, in the kingdom of heaven, singing Kumbaya. Go to verse 18, King.
Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble.
In the house of Esau for what?
For stubble. And they shall kindle in them.
They shall do what?
They shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For the Lord hath spoken it.
Who has spoken it?
For the Lord hath spoken it.
Hey, man, ain't no damn love for Esau, man. Ain't no love for the Edomites. They going into chains, they going into slavery, and that's because the Lord spoke it, man.
That's right.
Bring that out, King. You got it?
I'm gonna start at this is Genesis chapter 27 and verse 36.
Bring it out.
And he said, "It is not Slakia." And he said, "Is not the rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he taketh away my blessing." And he said, "Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me?"
He said what?
"Hast not reserved a blessing for me?"
And that's what that devil do, coming up here crying, man. Well, what am I going to get? What is my judgment? What is my blessing?
Right.
How can I get salvation? Is there not a blessing for me?
And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, "Behold, I have made him Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants.
That's right.
And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son?" And Esau said unto his father, "Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father." And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
He did what?
Lifted up his voice and wept.
That's right. And that's what it is, man. And you want to get a blessing, man, come out here lifting up his voice. Where's my blessing? What is my salvation going to be? And your salvation is going to be changed, Esau, man.
That's right.
That's thus saith the Lord, man. And then it's going to be extinction, man. Right. The Edomite is going to be extinct off the face of the earth, man. We can't change that. It's what the Lord said, man.
Right.
This is the book of Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau.
Lest there be what?
Profane person as Esau. For one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
For one morsel of meat, he sold his birthright. Esau despised his birthright from the beginning. He don't even want the damn kingdom, man. He just want to run around in wickedness, doing all manners of fornication, adultery, and damn sodomy, man. That's all Esau want to do. Esau don't want to rule the world in righteousness, man. He don't even want it, man. He sold it for a damn piece of meat, man.
For ye know that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected.
He was what?
He was rejected.
He was what coming up here?
He was rejected.
What is his salvation?
He was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought carefully with tears.
That's right, man. And Esau ain't no place for repentance for Esau, man. We don't give a damn how much you cry, how much you talk, how much you scream and squirm. Hey, man, we know you that old serpent from the beginning, man.
Right.
And you going in the chains, man. This is a new day, man. It's 2023, man. Hey, near the Lord's return. And Esau, man, that vagabond, that fugitive is being sought out in these last days, man. And ain't nobody going for that. Nobody's going for that rhetoric. Nobody's going for those lies, man. Esau's going into chains in these last days, man. That's thus saith the Lord, man. Being hunted down through the spirit right now, man. You know, trying to come up here and preach that Christian doctrine. That's what they push on our people, man.
Right.
That's what they push this slavery to keep our people in sin.
Right.
Keep our people in sin, believing that everybody eats. You just got to be a good slave until you die. Everything's going to be all right.
Man.
You know, that Christianity doctrine, man. Right? And we're not dealing with that, man. All Edomites going into captivity, man. Little babies, man, they going into slavery on the slave fields, man.
That's right.
That's all it is to it, man. Man. Give me Joel chapter 2 and verse 7, man. You know? That's just what it is, man. He wants that birthright so bad, but he can't get it. You know? He wants it back now that it's the last days. He done ruled the earth in rigor and rape, rob, and murder the whole planet And now his time is coming to an end. Now he don't even want to say who he is no more.
Right.
Oh, I'm an
Right.
American. Oh, I'm not a white man. That wasn't me.
Right.
That wasn't me. That fugitive, man, still on the run. Still on the run trying to escape judgment.
Right.
Right?
Right.
That wasn't me. I didn't do that. You are your forefathers, Esau.
Right.
Bring that out, King.
It's the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
And it reads, they shall run like mighty men.
They shall do what?
They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one of his ways. And they shall not break their ranks.
In the last days, man, when the Lord raise up his army, they're going to run like mighty men, man. When the Lord return, man, it's going to be hell to pay on this earth, man.
Right.
Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk, every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
That's right.
Then, like, they shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like the thief.
That's right, man. And it's going to be a swarm of damn jakes in that gate, man. You know what I mean? When the Lord return, he going to get a power to his people, man, to take over the earth, man, and put these heathens in captivity, man.
Right.
That's just what's going down, man. You know? That's what's going down, man. That's how it's going. I had something I wanted to bring out. It went from me. But, yeah, man, you know? Hey, man, Esau going in the chains, man. That's saith the Lord, right? Hey, and Jake better wake up and repent in these last days, man. It's going to be hell to pay for him, too. Esau ain't the only one that's got to pay. Hey, Moab, the so-called Chinese man, the so-called East Indian, all of these different nations, man, that had a hand in our captivity, they got to pay for it. You don't get to just live luxuriously off the children of Israel and think that ain't nothing going to happen from it, man. Think that you just gonna sit side by side with the children of Israel in the kingdom of heaven, man, ruling, man, with Christ.
Right.
That's crazy, man. That's madness, man. Right? Esau is going in the chains, man. That's saith the Lord. What was I about to bring down, man? Left. Give me Isaiah, man. Give me the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 16. I'm gonna bring that out. You know, bring it out.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes. Cease to do evil. Learn to do well. Seek judgment. Relieve the oppressed. Judge the fatherless. Plead for the widow. Come now and let us reason together, said the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow.
They shall be what?
They shall be as white as snow.
That's what's going to happen in the end of the days, man. The Lord is going to be with us, blot out our sins, man. That's right, right? We repent and come back to these law, statutes, and commandments. He's going to blot out our sins. Hey, we're going to be saved in that day, man. Give me verse 20, King.
Verse 20. But if you refuse and rebel, he shall be devoured with the sword.
He shall be what?
He shall be devoured with the sword. For the mouth of the Lord has spoken it.
That's right, man. If you refuse and rebel and coming back to this truth, you're going to be devoured with the sword, man.
That's right.
You know? You're just going to be devoured, man. In the land of your enemies, man. But don't nobody want to hear that. They don't want to adhere to these things, man. You know? But the Lord is not playing with us in these last days, man. Bring that out, King.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, and verse 31.
Bring it out.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall he gather all nations, and he shall separate them one from another.
He shall do what?
He shall separate them one from another, as the sheep divided, as a shepherd divided the sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand and the goats on his left.
That's right, man. And that's what's going to happen in the end days, man. He's going to set his sheep on the right and the goats on the left, man.
Right.
Bring that out, King.
Verse 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye blessed of my fathers, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
That's right. And that's what's going to happen in the end times, man. He's going to set the sheep on his right, the goats on his left, and he's going to gather the ones on his right, man.
Right.
Hey, and those sheep and those goats on his left, man, they're gonna be destroyed, man. They're gonna be finito in that day, man.
God.
Give me Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. And then give me Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. Right? So I want to bring this out. Because all these damn devils, they like to say, oh, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. Right? Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. Let me see. 9.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
And it reads, the things that have been, it is that which shall be.
The thing that what?
The things that have been, it is that which shall be.
Give me that right there, 6 and 10, King.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
That which has been is named already, and it is known that it is man.
It is what?
It is known that it is man.
Yeah, the thing that had been is named already, right? So we know that this is talking about regeneration right here, man.
That's right.
The thing that had been is named, and we know that it's man. You see what I'm saying? I'll bring that back again one more time.
Verse 9 from the top. The things that have been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done, it is that shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
See, there is no new thing under the sun. Yeah, that man is the same man from old. Give me 3 and 15. That man is the same man from old. You're the same devil that had my forefathers in slavery, man.
Right.
Thinking that you get to run around scot-free.
Right.
My father sinned and they are no more. You know? Yeah, bring that.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been.
Say that again.
That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And God required that which is past.
That's right. And the Lord required that which is past, man. And the thing that had been is that which is now. Right? And we know that it's talking about man. Bring that next verse out, King. 16.
Verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment.
So what?
Under the sun the place of judgment.
Like it.
And that wickedness was there. And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
That's right, man. Under the sun is where you find a place of judgment, man. Right here on the planet Earth, man. It ain't no damn underground somewhere, right? That you finna go with a damn devil with a red pitchfork poking you. No, man. Under the sun is the place of judgment. Wickedness is here and righteousness is here, man. And you can see it all right in front of your face, man. But we know that that which is to be is that which has been, man. And we know that that's a man, right? The Lord deals in cycles. He deals in circles, man. These damn devils like to always say, hey, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. I had nothing to do with it. It was my forefathers. Hey, I'm not even of that race anymore, man. Don't even call me that anymore. They don't want nothing to do with it in these last days. Now that judgment is coming back on them. Give me verse 1 and start at 4, King. Chapter 1 and 4. Watch this. The Lord deals in cycles, man. Bring it out.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 4.
Hey, how you doing, family? Hey, you got 2 seconds for the words of the Lord, my brother?
I appreciate y'all.
Hey, you know you're Israelite, King?
No, I'm not. I ain't.
What's your race?
Race?
Yeah.
Nationality?
Yeah. Yeah, your nationality. Huh?
African American.
Well, you know you calling yourself after 2 white men when you say that? You know African come from a white man named Scipio Africanos, and America come from a white man named America Vespucci. So
Right.
you can run around calling yourself after 2 white men, brother.
I mean, that's not something you just taught me.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Give me 2 minutes, and I probably can show you a couple more things, brother, and wake you up out here. Because you know our people are walking around, we're in a deep sleep, King.
That's right.
Hey, we don't know what's going on, man. You know, it's hard for us to listen to these things that we never heard. Hey, a lot of time it's hard for us to listen to our own people and learn something from our own brother, because we thinking, who does this nigga think he is? Telling me something. Like, who does nigga think he is? He think he knows something. But Esau going into chains, man. The so-called white man going into slavery.
Right.
But, hey, give me Isaiah 1 and 3. Watch this, King. So, an African American come out to 2 white men. You know, and so who are you really, brother? If you're not African American, well, who are you really? Who did God call you? Because you can't find African American in the Bible, King.
Say what God called.
I'm gonna show you what God calls you. Give me that 1 and 3. Watch this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
So even an ox, right, knows who his owner is. Hey, even a donkey know how to get home, right? Well, watch this.
But Israel,
But who?
but Israel doeth not know.
See, Israel don't know though. They don't know who their owner is. They don't know how to get home. Watch this.
My people do not consider
And
it.
they don't even consider it, man. They don't even consider who they are. They just go to whatever the damn white man told them, man, and they just run with it, man. Oh, I'm black. I'm African American. They don't even care who they are, man. You know how many people won't even stop? I tell them that. They say, well, who am I? They won't even stop to see. Well, you're an Israelite, brother. He said, my people, Israel, do not consider. Right? You are an Israelite, brother. You know what I mean? If you got the last name of a white man, your family, your forefathers descend from the transatlantic slave trade, well, you will fit the curses according to the Bible of who the Israelites are. That's who we are, the greatest people on earth. Watch this.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, and verse 4. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect.
My what?
Mine elect. I have called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me.
Though thou hast what?
Though thou hast not known me.
See, you don't know who your God is, brother. You don't know that you're an Israelite. And you don't know that the Holy Bible is the Holy Bible is written by the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? He's the author of this book, right? And Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are our forefathers, right? And you know, you descend from a man named Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Right here. All of these people on this sign, they're the children of Israel, right? The natives, the blacks, the Hispanics, we're all the same people. Sent into slavery for breaking the commandments of God, brother. That's why we're here in this land. We was beaten of our nationality. We don't know who we are. We call ourselves black. We call ourselves African American. Before that, we was calling ourselves Afro American. Before that, we was calling ourselves colored, right? We're the only people on the earth that call ourselves after a color, brother. After we don't know who we are. We're the only people. Everybody else, the East Indian, they're gonna tell you they from East India. They're gonna go back to East India. You know, they can go back to their land. The Chinese man, he can go back to his land. I ask you where you from, brother. What you gonna tell me?
We are from America. That's what I know.
But where your people from?
They told us from Africa. That's what
Right.
they told us.
But there's over 54 countries in Africa. Which one we come from?
They never
You see what I'm saying? We don't know where we from, brother. I'm gonna tell you.
Brainwashed from the
Yeah.
jump because we had to be.
And that's why we out here to wake our people up and give our people back our nationality. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer, sister. Right? But we are the children of Israel, brother. That's our real God-given nationality. That's who we are, bro. We're the Israelites. Hey, and the motherland, your homeland, brother, is Jerusalem. Right? Jerusalem, Israel, is the mother of us all. It's not Africa. Even though that's on the east end of Africa, Jerusalem is y'all's homeland. That's your motherland, brother. Right? The heathens is in Jerusalem right now, trodden down our land. But the Lord is about to come back and bring us back to our land. Bring this out right here. Watch this. Watch this about the Israelites, though. I'm gonna let y'all go. Give me like 2 more verses.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Holy means separate. We separate from everybody else.
The Lord thy God has chosen you to be a special people
He chose you and you. He chose y'all.
unto himself above all people.
The same as everybody.
Above all people.
We are equal.
Above all people.
Everybody's equal on the earth.
Above all people.
The Israelites are above everybody, brother. Can't you tell that when you watch sports? Who's dominating in the football league?
I mean,
The Israelites do, man. Who doing it? Exactly. That's because the Lord created us above everybody. Our women look the best. Our men are the most handsome. We're the most strongest. We're the fastest. Everything. So this ain't a lie. I'm not making this up.
I know it.
See what I'm saying? So, but we are, you know what I'm saying, the children of Israel. Bring it out. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. But that's the last one I'm going to leave y'all with. Watch this stuff.
That are upon the face of the earth.
Right. And so, we're above everybody that's on the face of the earth. Right here, Deuteronomy 10 and 12. I got you.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, and verse 12.
Bring it out.
And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
See, now you know you're an Israelite, brother. You're not black. You're not an African American. Somebody asks you your nationality, brother and sister. You got to tell them you're an Israelite now. You can't just say I'm black because you're not even black, brother. Look at your skin. You see what I'm saying? So you can't say you're African American. That's too damn white, man. You don't want to even call yourself after that. That's degrading, man. Why? So check this out.
But to fear the Lord thy God,
To do what?
To fear the Lord thy God,
to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord.
To do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
And that's the whole message, brother. You got to keep the commandments of God, right? We got put in this. We went through this right here for breaking the commandments. The Lord did this to us because we broke his commandments, his law, statutes, commandments, right? And we got to come back to the commandments, brother, to get up out of this captivity and this slavery that we're in here in America. That makes sense?
Makes sense.
You see what I'm saying? Now, there's 613 commandments, King. It's not just 10. Right? Like shaving your beard. You can't shave off all your beard. That's a commandment. You already keep that commandment, brother. You see what I'm saying? So these commandments are for your good. A beard is a badge of manly dignity. How do you know the difference between a girl and a man? Right? You see what I'm saying? So men have beards. You see what I'm saying? The Lord wants you to wear your beard. Another commandment is you can't eat pork, brother. You can't eat shrimp, crab, or lobster. They're bottom feeders. They eat doo-doo. You don't want to eat those things. And the Lord gave us these commandments to keep us on top. And he said we was above all people. But we didn't listen. And so we failed.
What about catfish?
Catfish, it's the same thing because it doesn't, if it come out the waters, it has to have fins and scales.
Break
Right?
them up.
Bones.
But look, what do you mean
What
bone?
if it's a bone fish?
It don't matter if it's a bone. As long as it's got fins and scales, it's clean. So, because a catfish is what? A bottom feeder. It eats the boo-boo. You see what I'm saying? But watch this.
Leviticus 11 and 9. This shall ye eat that come from the waters. Whatever hath fins and scales in the waters and in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
That's it, brother.
I appreciate
Right?
y'all.
And you got to
God
go read
bless.
the Bible, brother, and learn the commandments.
I got you.
brother.
God bless
First 5 books of
y'all.
the Bible, you'll learn the law.
I can find it on here.
Yeah, you can find our YouTube on there, brother. WFILittleRock. Right? Subscribe to that channel, brother. Get built up in the spirit. And next thing you know, we want to see you out here, brother.
That's right. That's right.
You know? And that's it, man. You know? Hey, at least the brother turned around right after he realized, damn, I ain't African.
Right.
I'm not American.
Right.
Who am I?